Hi guys, it's Jenna. Welcome back to my channel today. In today's video, we're going to be doing day 7 of 12 days of Jenna's faves. I'm so excited. This is yet another video that includes a really fabulous prize at the end filled with some of my favorite products. But before that, let's actually chat about some hits and misses. We have 8 products here that I'm really happy to talk about, and they're basically 50-50. We have 4 really great hits and 4 unfortunate misses. So let's get started. Let's start with a high note, which is the first hit. This is actually a cream blush that I picked up not that long ago. It's actually from Beauty Blender. This is the Bounce Liquid Whip Cream Blush. This is actually the blush I'm wearing today, and it's such a beautiful texture. It's very creamy. Definitely does have that whipped texture because it almost feels like it has a little bit of a bounce. And this color is cheeky pink. So it's a really beautiful, rich pink. Absolutely love it. Pigmentation is definitely there. And I actually do use my Beauty Blender to dab into the pan and apply to the face. Pigment is strong, so just go light taps into this blush, but I'm actually really impressed. Beauty Blender has released quite a bit of makeup now, which is awesome, but some of them haven't worked out for me. Bounce Foundation was one of them, but this is a lovely one. This is definitely a hit. I feel like this is gonna work for a lot of skin tones because it does have that depth if you do layer it a little bit. You can also sheer it out to make it a little bit more of a kiss of blush. So this is the shade here, absolutely beautiful. Longevity on this as well is actually really strong. For a cream product, sometimes I run into longevity issues with them, and I'm not sure why. This one definitely has significant longevity, very similar to my favorite powder counterparts, and I am very, very excited to report that this one is definitely a hit. If you are interested in it, I think you'll enjoy it a lot. On the opposite end, this is actually another blush that did not work out for me. Oh, it was painful. It's actually really painful to report that this isn't my favorite. And I think it's just because of how this blush is translating. Like in theory, it's a beautiful concept. This is the Dior Rouge blush in the Atelier of Dreams collection. So this, you guys, the pan is beautiful. It has such intricate embossment with the beautiful building, with all of the windows. It has CD in the middle. Definitely looks like when I went to Paris, like just what the buildings look like. They look so historic and gorgeous, right? And this is a really beautiful color. When I looked at it, I was like, this is totally a Jenna color. That's exactly what I thought. Here's the thing. The thing that makes it an unfortunate miss for me is actually how much of the glitter overlay actually translates. It's just very glitter forward for a blush, and I feel like the pigment underneath doesn't give me enough. This is what I'm saying. Like, you can see the pigment underneath is basically 0, but you do see a ton of the shimmer popping through. Almost too light of a wash to really even bother with putting it on because the shimmer is just so heavy. It's also kind of like an iridescent shimmer, so it's not even like a white gold or a gold. It sort of has like some purpley blue elements. It is kind of a multi-dimensional shimmer that's on top, but I was really disappointed to see that not a lot of that pink underneath was pulling through. So I would have rather had more of that pink pigment, less of the sparkle. This is our first miss. My next miss is actually kind of disappointing. I mean, I feel like they always are, but this is from Item Beauty by Addison Rae. This is the Lip Quip in the shade Come Through. I do like how it's easy to apply, but I don't like how it's a little bit too tacky for me, and it's also like just a little bit too sheer. Because of that, it's just like a light wash, which is totally fair if that's your preference. It does have a lot of shine though, which is the strength of this one, but it is a little bit too tacky for my liking. I find that it moves my lipstick underneath. If I do place this over top of a lipstick, it sort of like clumps together when typically what I'm looking for is a lip gloss to just layer over top and to keep that lipstick intact underneath. This is one that just tends to kind of move stuff around and clump a little bit. Because of the tackiness, I do feel like it's a little bit uncomfortable for my taste, because my tastes are typically more smooth glosses, and this is just one that maybe if it delivered more pigment or it was a little bit less sticky, that's probably where I think it would be okay for me. The packaging is definitely cute. It's kind of cutesy, like it's more so, I would say, catered to a younger demographic. It's just okay to me, like it's all right. I'm not like super blown away by the packaging though, but it is something that is just okay and something that I can live without. So this unfortunately is our next miss, the Item Beauty Lip Quip. I want to talk about a hit from Dior. Dior does have a lot of beautiful makeup. Was really, really excited that this is one that worked out for me. This is the Dior Forever Couture Luminizer in #1 Nude Glow. First of all, the packaging is stunning. I do like the softer packaging of this, which I will get to, but this is like the patent kind of packaging with the shine. Just depends on your preference, but I think this is so sleek. You can tell I've really dug into this one. It is so beautiful. This is Nude Glow and it is fabulous. It is so, so pretty. I have another shade in this one that's kind of like a deep pink that I used for a blush because it has enough pigment underneath it to use as a blush. So I like that compared to the holiday one. This is the swatch of Nude Glow. Can you see how absolutely beautiful that is? It's so subtle. That's just a light swatch there. But then you can also like build it up for a metallic dream if you would like. Such a dreamboat of a highlight. This is probably going to make my best makeup of the year for sure. I just absolutely love this one. So this is another hit from Dior. Now this next product is actually the packaging style I'm talking about. It doesn't have the shine that the highlight does. So you guys can see this has the shine, this doesn't. This is like the soft kind of leathery feel, and this one is just like the patent leather feel, right? I do prefer the softer leather just as a preference for style, but both of the compacts are super chic. But the one that has the soft leather is the bronzers, and this is my next hit, which is the Warm Bronze Bronzer from Dior Forever Natural Bronze line. This is so beautiful. It is the bronzer I am wearing. This is like a kiss of like a gorgeous bronze on the skin. It's not too orange, not too gray or cool toned or like contoury, not too pigmented either where you feel like you have to be like super, super careful. If you are somebody that maybe goes a little bit heavy handed with your bronzer, this one is actually going to be okay for you because it's that really nice, like beautiful airbrush look. It's not super like pigment forward where you're like, ah, like now I have to blend it out, right? It just looks so airbrushed already. Both the highlight and the bronzer have the Dior embossment, but as you can see, when you start using it, it starts to fade away. So it's not pressed too deep in there, but it's still a luxurious compact. Absolutely killed it with this one. This is another hit from Dior. Let's talk about a Charlotte Tilbury miss. This breaks my heart. I love Charlotte Tilbury and the entire line, but you know what? Sometimes things don't work out, and this is one of them. I actually received both of these blushes in PR, so thank you to the brand for allowing me to try them, but unfortunately they are not my preference. This is the Pillowtalk Lip and Cheek Glow, and I have both of them, the color of dreams and the color of passion. The reason why I don't like this one is purely because of the texture. It just has too much tack and too much stickiness for my preference. When it comes to a blush, even the formula inside of it, like when you actually swish it for a swatch, you can see that there's like resistance. Like as you're kind of swirling your finger through, it does have that tackiness that is absolutely present. Because of this too, I feel like it never fully sets on my cheek, so it stays a little bit tacky. And I have talked about this before where if you have tacky makeup and long hair, like it's a little bit of a recipe for disaster because especially if you come across a windy day and everything sticks to your face, it's just not something that I found settled by itself. So I'd always have to put like something over top of it. I did find that doing setting spray does tend to bring down the tackiness a little bit, but it's certainly not a cure-all. So this is unfortunately a miss from Charlotte. This is Color of Dreams. So you can see it is a really beautiful color, a little bit too deep, but I could have worked with it. But I think it's just that texture that is throwing me off. Color of Passion is on the left, so it's just a little bit deeper, but I was expecting a little bit more from this formula. So unfortunately, this is a miss from Charlotte Tilbury. I do sometimes feel like I'm missing something when it comes to applying these because there's so many fans. That's why I was like, what? Like, how did these not work out for me? So if you do love the lip and cheek glows, by all means, please let me know down below how you use them and if there's a certain way to make them work the best. Let's talk about my last miss, which actually came from my recent Sephora haul. This one pains me to no end. I've actually been wearing it for like the last week. every single day trying to make it work, whether it was layering it with a different fragrance or just trying to see if it was something that I could do to make this better. This is a beautiful brand. It's Jo Malone London, and this was a fragrance I picked up not that long ago to test out. It is the Starlit Mandarin and Honey. There's something a little bit in the profile. It's a little bit of a sour undertone, but doesn't want to leave my skin. I hate that this isn't working out because I love citrus and I love honey. I actually love Nectarine Blossom and Honey. It's like my top 3 Jo Malone of all time. Like, I love this brand, but this is one that has just a little bit of a pull of something a little bit heavier or a little bit sour that just won't seem to lift. Smelling it is one thing, like when you actually go to the store and you smell a perfume of any kind and you do this, right? Like, there's one way to figure out if that profile is for you, but the second step is to actually spray it on yourself. So for me, once you mix it with your body chemistry is how it's actually going to translate. I could spray this on a friend of mine and it would smell way different than on me. So on myself, it's just a little bit too strong and pulls a little bit too sour than I would like. This is a heavy price tag. You have to absolutely love it, and I really don't absolutely love it. I'm desperately trying to make it work, and because of that, it's kind of taking that joy away, right? So this is, unfortunately for now, a miss. The last hit. The last hit. This foundation, you guys saw it on my skin when I was doing a full face of first impressions not that long ago. This is the Clé de Peau Radiant Cream Foundation. I love this, by the way. She is a splurgy splurge, FYI. Clé de Peau is definitely up there when it comes to the luxury beauty side of things, but this one's actually worth it. I think what happened in my video was I put it underneath my Olivia Palermo primer. I think that's what made it cling, because as soon as I tried it with other primers and even on bare skin without a primer, it looked way nicer. So there was something with the meshing of that product, whether it was just like 2 textures being incompatible. It's kind of like a good lesson for myself as well as a tip for you guys. When you're testing makeup, try to do it many different ways, under different primers or even on bare skin, because you never know if something is just clashing and it could be your absolute new fave and you just had to change like one little thing, right? So this has a gorgeous luminosity to the skin. It does really seep in, gives me a nice gleam for sure. And I love the glowy type products, you guys know. It has a really nice applicator, and because this is a tube, you're gonna be able to press all of this out. So I'm really excited. The shade that I got is Light Medium Ochre, number 020, for those wondering, and I picked this up at Nordstrom Canada. So I'll definitely leave all the links down below for you guys if you are interested, but this has much more of a thickness to it, so a little goes a long way. The only thing I don't like about this, there's one little thing, and that is that there is not 30 milliliters of product in here. Typically there are 30 milliliters in one foundation bottle. That's just kind of what I've seen brand over brand do. This one is 21 milliliters, so you're kind of getting a little bit less, and for such a steep price point, I'm disappointed in that for sure. But I'll take it because I love it. It's one of my favorites, absolutely now. So I'm really excited that this Clé de Peau Radiant Cream Foundation is a hit. Now let's get on to Santa Jena. She is back to bring some joy, and I'm so excited to chat about today's giveaway prize. This Charlotte Tilbury prize pack is valued at $191 US or 232 Canadian dollars. The very first item, you guys, is the groovy mask. This is the Cairo Recovery Face Mask from Charlotte Tilbury. I'm not going to pull it out because I feel like it's just going to damage all of the packaging and stuff. I want to keep it intact for the winner, but I will show you a picture on this side of the screen of what this looks like. It is a very interesting contraption that almost looks like you're a villain when you put it on your face. Kind of like Jason, you know what I'm talking about? Like something really scary. If somebody was wearing this in the middle of the night and you were in like a back alley, I would be absolutely terrified. So maybe keep it at home. But this is the Cairo Recovery Face Mask from Charlotte Tilbury. It's combined with the next product, which I will share. But this is, look at all the clinical trials, like so many results with how the skin feels. Charlotte says this is inspired by the high performance ice tech of chirotherapy and the ancient art of facial acupressure. So this actually does both, which is really, really cool. Makes your skin feel lifted, firmer, smoother, refreshed, revived. You know how Charlotte is. It's amazing, magical, right? And a lot of the time she delivers, so she can talk all she wants like that. That's awesome. So I figured I would include this in one of the giveaway prizes, and you guys are gonna love this. Like, just don't scare your partner or anything, or your children, but this is the first item in the giveaway. This is the next item. This is also part of the Chirotherapy skincare regimen from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Eye Serum. Really, really nice. This feels really soothing. If you put this in the fridge as well, guys, it is a treat, I must say. So I figured I would put this in there. This is the Cairo Recovery Eye Serum. Eyes appear depuffed and brighter with the Ice Awake and Caffeine Complex. I do cheat a little bit, and I do put this in a fridge. Not a freezer, it'll freeze. Don't do that, but a fridge. I feel like any like depuffing serum like that, oh, it feels like $1,000,000. I'll get in a hot bath and I'll put this on. Guys, it's like a spa. It's amazing. So this is the eye serum that the winner will also be getting in today's prize. We also have a lovely Eyes to Mesmerize cream eyeshadow from Charlotte Tilbury. This is in the shade Walk of No Shame. This is an absolutely beautiful cream eyeshadow. It's very smoothing, very thick. I really, really love how there's blendability to this. Basically what I do is I take my finger and I put it in the tub first, apply what I want on my eye, and take a brush to fade out the edges, because if you're not careful, because of how thick it is, you can get like a very distinct line if you don't like blend outward and kind of fade out. This is a lovely one. It's very rich, like pink with a little bit of a red undertone, like a cherry. Super, super gorgeous. If you love the Walk of No Shame shade, this is the accompanying eye pot, and I'm so excited to give this away as well. And the last one today from Charlotte Tilbury is the Superstar Lips in Pillowtalk. This is a lovely, like, soothing balm with a little bit of a shimmer component to it. Light pop of color on your lips. The shimmer is really nice as well. Nothing too gritty or too potent. It just looks like you have some nice shine. So this is the last prize for today. Of course, the rules are the same. Subscribe to my channel is rule number 1. Rule number 2, leave a comment in the comment section with your Instagram handle or an email address. Do keep in mind that YouTube has been interpreting some of these comments as spam, so they are removing them thinking they are spam. Definitely try using a hashtag, try doing some spaces. I really appreciate you guys being patient. This is definitely not me deleting comments, so just so you guys know, I'm certainly not. I want you guys to enter, but if YouTube automatically pulls it, please try again. If not, reach out to me and I will definitely work something out with you. All the official rules for when the prizes will be drawn and when the winners will be contacted are in the description box, so don't forget to check that out as well. There's also some tips for some extra entries. There are also 6 other videos that you can check out that are also part of the 12 days that I've already posted. If you haven't seen those, definitely enter those giveaways as well. I will link them all down below. Until my next one, guys, take care. Hope these reviews were helpful and stay safe. Bye, guys.